Okay.
Do 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 science. Do 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 science. Do 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 science. Do 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 science. Do 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 science. Do 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 science. Do do do. You're done.
Done. Hey guys, hope you're still doing well. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about meteorites, and meteors. I'm looking at your calendar, and we are talking about this information here, the April 17th stuff. Essentially, I'm going to be telling you the difference between these three words because they sound super, super similar. Then you guys have a book assignment that you're going to be doing. And when I say book, I mean you're writing a book. You're going to write a storybook. It's going to be super awesome. So let's start about the difference between these. And then, like I said, you guys you're going to be writing a storybook. You'll have all next week to work on this storybook. And then if you look at the 23rd, I would like to host a live Zoom meeting where we would be sharing these stories with one another. So the goal is to have this done by the 23rd. I'll have a sign-up sheet so that we can try and find a time where we can all meet. There's like 6 or 7 of you in this course. So I'll have a sign-up sheet, and I'll just have you sign up for all the times that you're available, and we'll see if we can get everyone together to sign up for the same time. It shouldn't take too long to share these. I would think, maybe a 20-minute session is all you'd really need to commit to. Maybe this would go into like the half hour to 45-minute mark, but I would imagine about 2-3 minutes per person. So that being said, I want to show you guys a couple different places you can find these definitions. The first place is on your vocab. Earlier in this unit, you guys were asked to do your vocab sheet, and then I shared with you this document here that's highlighted to give you some classroom definitions. And so here it does tell you the definitions of a meteor, a meteorite, and a meteoroid. However, that's a lot of words for me. Maybe that sounds silly, but I'm a visual person. And so if you're into words, you like to read, this can be a spot for you to find these definitions. Otherwise, I thought this graphic does a really nice job. It's super easy to follow. So let me zoom that up a little bit for you. Whoops, too much. So what this shows is the difference in a visual sort of sense. This black is meant to represent outer space. This light blue is representing Earth's atmosphere. And then finally, we have the green and blue, which is meant to represent Earth's surface. And so whether you're talking about a meteoroid, a meteor, or a meteorite, you're talking about a rock, essentially. Where it is found is what will define it. So if you have a big piece of rock that is found out in outer space, that is going to be called a meteoroid. If it enters Earth's atmosphere, it's called a meteor. And just because it enters Earth's atmosphere doesn't mean it will make contact with Earth's surface. Sometimes they burn up in the atmosphere because they're too small. And other times they don't even come straight in. Sometimes they come in at an angle, and so they don't ever hit Earth's surface. So not all meteors will become meteorites, but in the event that they are large enough and they are at the right angle entering in from space, they will become a meteorite. And so hopefully that graphic helps. Like I said, I prefer that to all the words. But what you guys will be doing is you guys will be making a storybook. So I don't have examples for you. All my examples are back in my classroom. I have not been back in my classroom since you guys have been back at school, essentially, more or less around that time. So way back, middle of March. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to take 4 pieces of computer paper or construction paper, whatever you want to write on. Just make sure it's a pretty nice size. And you're going to fold it in half. And then you are going to make a storybook. So on the front is going to be your title or your cover. And then once you get to the inside, this is not an example, by the way. This is just my drawings of things in my notes for classes. But what you're going to do is then on the inside, you're going to tell a story about a meteoroid out in space who then becomes a meteor or enters Earth's atmosphere and then eventually makes his way all the way to Earth's surface, whether that's in water or on land or in the mountains or in your house. I don't know. He'll become a meteorite once he makes contact with Earth's surface. So you'll fill out all those pages on the inside. Every page needs to either have text or a drawing. You don't have to do both on every page, but I want you to take your time with this. And what I'll be looking for grading is effort. So, are the pages mostly white, or are you drawing and filling up a lot of the space? Does the story make sense? And then the big science piece that I'm looking for is that when you refer to your character and he's in outer space, you better refer to him as a meteoroid. When he's in Earth's atmosphere, you're referring to him as a meteor, and when he finally makes his way to Earth's surface, you refer to him as a meteorite. Whew, I get those wrong sometimes. So that's what we're doing. After you have your storybook complete, as you guys saw on the calendar, let me pop back over to that real quick. 1 second here. Come on. We are Earth Science. That's still zoomy. So on the 23rd, what I'd like to do, as I mentioned earlier, is have a conference where we would all come together at the same time. I know that's going to be difficult potentially, but we'd all come together at the same time and you guys would have your books and we would share them. So we would just do like a little story time on Zoom. So I'm super excited about that. I haven't seen you guys forever. So that's the plan. And then that following or that next day, you guys have just a work day to work on whatever you may need. So if you haven't finished up maybe your sun assignment or your PhET simulation, you could be working on that at that time. But then we're going to keep cruising on. We got more stuff to do. So yeah, that's what I got. As always, if you guys have any questions or have any concerns, please email me. I've been pretty good at getting back to you guys pretty quickly. So, as always, stay safe.
Do science. Do science. Do science. Do science. Do science. Do science.